I am finally here to give you the market breakdown, the vlog, I don't know, the video. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Anna from Miss A Crochet, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Hello. Long time no see. I have been busy attending university. That rhymed. But for real, I've been swamped. This has been the most stressful semester of my entire college career. Yeah. This is now Sunday, October 22nd, and I had a market on Saturday, October 7th. So it has been a while. But I am finally here to give you the market breakdown, the vlog, I don't know, the video of, the market. This market was my best market ever. It was my second market. So, I mean, you're really just comparing two. Still, it was super fun. I got a lot more exposure and I still made money. The market I attended was hosted by the MCCA Minnesota Cheer Off in Woodbury. This is a lot, like way south of me, south of the cities, but it was super worth it. This market was an 8-hour event because it was all part of this cheerleading competition. There were over 20 different high school cheerleading teams competing and that were like doing all these different cool categories. Like there was one category where they were like given this like situation and then they had to create their own cheer within like 5 minutes or something. It was super cool, and all the cheerleaders and then like all the spectators were so nice. Compared to my very first market, which was in New York Mills, like 3 hours north of where I live, this market had a lot more people and it was in a more densely populated area. At this market, I think there was like 11 other vendors. I sat next to a lady who made a bunch of like soaps and bath bombs, and then I was also next to like a smoothie maker. There was one other vendor selling plushies, but she didn't do very good because I was there. I'm kidding. I just don't think she did very good because she seemed like she had a really bad attitude. No offense, like if she's watching this, I don't know, I didn't talk to her at all, but she seemed a little like stuck up. She wanted her stuff moved. She ended up switching tables with somebody else, and her stuff, she had like a sign saying that she was gonna be closing right at 3 and like if you wanted something you should get it now and there's no returns or exchanges or anything. And I don't know, I feel like the vibe was off with her, which meant that everybody was coming to me, which was really great. I also had a really good spot. There was like the main entrance that we took and you go down this hall where there were probably like 6 other vendors, and then when you took a left it went to the hall where I was, and my spot was like one spot away from the main entrance into like the stadium or wherever they were competing. So I was constantly seeing cheerleaders walking by, like walking to different, food vendors and like all this stuff. So there was a constant flow of traffic in front of my booth, and it was so much fun because you could see me like only once you turned. So people would be like turning the corner and then their faces would just light up and be like, oh my god, are those chickens? Or like, like, oh my gosh, are those turtles? It was just so much fun. And the lady next to me, she was like, I don't even want to sell anymore. Like, I just want to sit here and like watch people come up and buy stuff from you. And I was like, oh my gosh. She was super nice and she helped a bunch with like all my tax questions and stuff like that. She had been running her own business for a super long time and she was amazing. And she kept telling people like, oh, you should buy that right now because there was somebody else who was looking at that and they might come back and get it. And it worked. I mean, she was super nice. Everybody at the event was nice. The hosts were really good. Like, they kept coming by and being like, do you need anything? Like, is it all working out? Like, here's the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. It was just a super well-organized event and everybody there was just so genuinely happy to be there. I did end up getting invited to 2 more markets, but I had to say no to one of them because it was on, I believe, Saturday, December 2nd, which is when my orchestra program and like the whole music program at my school go and do this Vespers performance, which is like a yearly thing, and I would not be allowed to miss that at all. Despite how much I would really love to go and sell at the market. I know like my priorities are obviously school, so I had to say no to them, but I did get contacted by one of my favorite school coaches, and she was like, we're having a like cheer off competition thing on December 16th. So I just submitted my application. I'm mailing them my booth fee on Monday. So fingers crossed that like it all works out. I think it's gonna go great. I believe my last class ends on December 10th. So then I'll have like 6 full days of like just crocheting to prepare for this market. So I think it's gonna be great. I can already start working on stuff now. I know what my best sellers are and I know what I need to make more of. In total, I'm going to be bringing 124 plushies to this market. So let's get started because obviously I have a lot to show you. To start, I think I'm just going to show you my entire aquatic animals bin, and then I'm going to show you like my land animals, characters, and other random things bin. But first we have 4 big axolotls. I have white and light pink, blue and dark blue, light pink and pink. This is with Sweet and Snuggles. All the other ones are with Bernat. And I have a yellow and orange and yellow. I don't know. I am selling these 4 for $25 each. So right now, 25, 50, 75, 100. I have $100 worth of inventory in just 4 big axolotls. I ended up purchasing the pattern bundle by Y Crochets, so I also have the baby versions. I again have white, light pink, and dark pink Sweet and Snuggles, and then my blue and orange. And I am selling these baby ones for $18 because I think they take me almost 50 minutes to make. Yeah, they take me like 48 minutes to make. I also have 3 Bernat blanket leggy frogs, and I'm selling these guys for $10 a piece just because the yarn cost, the time, and stuffing. I also have 2 neon leggy frogs, which I am selling for $8. I hate this yarn. I hated making them, so I added on an extra $1 because it was a miserable time. And last but not least, I have a Bernat velvet leggy frog. I think this is in their olive color. I'm not really sure, but he is $7. He is much easier to make. I love the yarn and he's very cute and kind of chunky. Those are all the frogs that I'm bringing. I know people do really good with the leggy frogs, but I think I only sold 2 at my last market, and honestly I've made so many leggy frogs I was feeling a little bit burnt out, so I just kind of tried to make other things that I think people would like, which include this jellyfish. This was also at my last market. None of my jellyfish and octopi sold at my last market, but I'm hopeful at this one people will, you know, see them and like them. Either way, I like them. And I'm selling this pink jellyfish for $23. It, I think, took me like an hour and a half to make, and it is a free pattern on Instagram. I also have this teal sparkly jellyfish that I'm selling for $30. This is a modified version of the pink jellyfish pattern. I think I just started with 8 single crochet in the magic ring instead, but again, he's a lot bigger, took up a lot more time making all the tentacles, so this one's 30 and this one's 23. I also have these 2 octopi in Bernat variegated colors. I made these, I think, almost 3 years ago. They haven't sold. I really like them. I think they're all still really good quality. They still have like nice stuffing and stuff, and I'm selling both of them for $12 each. I'm running out of table room to set all of these things. I have these 2 bigger octopi. You'll recognize them from my last market. They didn't sell either, and I didn't make any more octopi for this market because I was like, okay, crap, none of these sold. But these are just left over, so I'm bringing them. They're fun, they look cute on the table, and I'm selling them both for $15 each. Next, I have this red cuttlefish. I think it was a cuttlefish. It was a free pattern on Instagram. I don't really like how it turned out, so I'm only charging $8 for it just to try and make back my material cost. The last octopus I have is this pink one. Can you see its eyes? Yeah. It is made with 11 parts. I'm charging $17 for it. I'm thinking about lowering the price because I've had it for like 2 years. It's cute. It's just, I don't know. I would have probably chosen this color to make an octopus in. It's kind of fleshy looking. I believe that's all my octopi. We'll find out. We'll see if I find any more, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And then up next, I have 2 alligators or crocodiles. This is a free pattern on Instagram. I sold one at my last market for the price that I was asking, which was $17. So I'm just gonna keep these at the same price. They're very cute. I forgot an octopus. This guy is, again, just like a round cuttlefish. I'm only selling him for $2, which is kind of weird, but I just think his head is way too big for his fins, and I don't want him anymore. This green axolotl is from a paid pattern. I made him around Halloween time last year. He's cute. I think I had him with like a witch hat or whatever, but I took it off. I'm charging $20 because he's made with 9 pieces. I think he probably took me like 3 hours to make. My other pink axolotl using this pattern but with Sweet and Snuggles yarn, which was like a bit bigger, did sell for $35 at my last market. So I think I'm just gonna keep him this price and see if he sells. Up next, we have all of my crabs. So this is my Just a Little Crabby pattern. It's a no-sew pattern that is available on Etsy. I am selling this guy for $8. I'm selling all of my Bernat blanket ones for $10. My Bernat velvet ones for $6. So in total, I have 1 Bernat velvet, 2 of these random red ones, and 5 Bernat blanket ones. Up next, I have 3 shrimp. These are from G Beans Crafty. I none of these ones sold at my last market, but I did sell one, and then I gifted one to my violin professor. She was the one that showed me this pattern and was like, these are amazing. And I ended up making her a shrimp for Valentine's Day with a card that said, I shrimply adore you. Check out my Instagram if you want to see like the card or how I packaged it. It was really cute. But she purchased a shrimp from me, and then I just gifted her a shrimp because I know she loves them. That's why I only have 3 now for this market. This big one is $10. Honestly, I should probably price it for more. I don't know. I don't want it anymore. And then I have these 2 acrylic ones that I am pricing for $10 each. This is free yarn that I got from my mom's friend Julie. Thank you, Julie. This is the perfect shrimp color. Okay, I do have to make a disclaimer. These are pretty much all the things that are going to be on my table. There are some other things that I'm just bringing with in case like these things sell out. But this is what I really want to have on my display. I have some other random stuff like whales and acrylic octopi that I don't really like. So I'm just gonna kind of like not show them to you because you can go and check out my last market one. They didn't sell. It's the same thing. This is primarily what I'm going to be selling at this market with my 8-foot table. Last but not least, in my aquatic animals bin, we have turtles. This is the Fred the Turtle pattern by CJ Designs. I remembered it. And this is my own modified version. I've been obviously dealing with coning, if you saw one of my latest videos, and I got like the perfect shell, but then the shell was really big, and then I made their heads and the head was big, so I just made these bigger turtles. And because they're bigger, I'm going to be selling them, are they both the same price? Yeah. I'm going to be selling them for $32 because they took me, I think they took me like 2.5 hours to make. And they're stuffed very firmly, and I used up a lot of yarn, and their eyes are not cheap. Oh my gosh. Like, the bigger safety eyes you get, the more expensive they get. And I'm like, this is insane. I mean, I guess, of course, it takes up more materials, but still. I don't know. They're fun. They remind me of Crush from Finding Nemo, and I have 2 of these big guys. I also have the only turtle left over from my last market, this cream and brown turtle, and I'm gonna tell you something. Because I sold 5 out of my 6 turtles at my last market, I raised the price of them. So instead of them being between $22 and $24, I'm now selling them at $27 because I also like recalculated the stuffing and the time that it takes to make them. They take me about an average 80 minutes to make. So if I pay myself, I think it was like $14 an hour, and then plus the materials, it kind of equates to $27. So all of these smaller turtles are going to be $27, and I know that they're a bestseller, so I can afford to raise the price a little bit. I have this dark green and dark brown one. I think this one might be my favorite. It's a, I don't really know what it is. A sage. It's a sage and then a kind of light brown. Very cute. I have one cream and then brown variegated. And then I have two, what was the name of this color? It was cream and then sherbet, something like an ice cream or something like that. But I have two of these. I had this color combo at my last market and it sold right away, so I decided to make two, and they're very cute. I also have only one tiny turtle. I made this with Bernat velvet yarn and I'm selling it for $12 because even though it was tiny, it still took me like 40 minutes to make. Okay, that's pretty much everything that is aquatic animal based. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I think that's it. So that's a really big part of my table already. So I'm gonna repack this all up and then I'm gonna show you what else is on my table. Okay, I don't keep these guys in a box, so I'm just gonna do the next. These are my Maple chickens by Oak and Marlowe. I have 12? 4. Yeah, I have 12. Almost all of these are made with Bernat blanket, but then I have these two big ones that are made with Sweet and Snuggles Home. Yeah, Sweet and Snuggles Home. And so I did increase the price of my chickens because I recalculated how long it takes me to make them. All of my smaller Bernat blanket chickens are $16, and then my two bigger chickens are $18. So I increased them both just by $2. This market is going to be in Woodbury, which is kind of closer to the cities, which is where a bunch of people are now like owning chickens. It's more trendy and popular to have chickens and to like lay your own eggs and stuff like that. Pretty much all of these plushies that I'm about to show you were at my last market, so I'm gonna try and go through them very quickly. I have 4 of these bees. This is, oh, I can't think of the name. Oh, it was a pattern test for crochet. Yeah. And I am selling these for $21 each. And none of these bees sold at my last market, which I think is insane because when I used to sell at a shop, my bees were always what were selling out. And so I went to this market prepared to sell out all these bees and none of them sold. So now I have a ton of bees. I was gonna try and make a tutorial for these, but then I ran out of time. But I'm selling them for $13 each, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I have 7. I might find another one somewhere. Anyways, next I have the same pattern but with Bernat blanket yarn. I have these 3 bees that I'm selling for $18. I think these bees take me, I don't remember. I haven't timed myself making these bees for a really long time, but they take me a while to make, especially with the color changes and then the fact that I have to use 4 colors for them, so that's why they're kind of at a higher price. Also, I just thought bees were trendy and I used to sell out of them all the time, and so that's why I was like, oh, I could probably raise the price. Same with the turtles, but they didn't sell at my last market, so we shall see what happens. I will let you know. Okay, next we have my Studio Ghibli plushies. These are all my own patterns. So I have Calcifer for $19, and then I have this Soot Sprite for $13 because he has 2 stars. And then the rest of these Soot Sprites, I have, how many do I have in total? 4 are $12 each. Because contrary to what I thought, eyelash yarn is actually really expensive. I think for 1 skein of eyelash yarn, it's like $8, and I can only make 5 Soot Sprites with it. I could be wrong. Up next, I just have some random things that were left over. This is my Angry Uterus. I am selling it for $20. I have this Mushy Pop. The red one sold at my last market, so I'm not changing the price, but I was selling these guys for $8 because I have to use the yarning under method, which takes forever. Next, I have this fall guy for $40. He was a free pattern. I love him. He's super cool. I think I did a really good job making him about a year ago, so I think the price is fair. He is made with Bernat velvet and he took a long time to make. Next, I have this little mushroom guy. I don't remember who made him. I think I purchased their pattern as like a part of a giveaway thing where I was going to purchase one of my followers' patterns, but I have this guy and I'm selling him for $4. Next, I have this Mama Made Minis, very, very big Bohoasaurus. I made this guy about a year ago. I'm selling him for $50, even though, I don't know. I know like that's what people sell them for online, but again, that's online. This is in person. But he's very big. His spikes took me forever to do. I tried doing them in rainbow order. Well, I didn't try. I literally did them in rainbow order. I'm gonna bring him with, but I don't think I'm gonna have him out right away just because he's so huge. All right, this is a new plushie. This is my Pikachu. This was a free pattern I found on Pinterest, and he is super, super cute. I definitely had to practice my embroidering skills for him, but I like him a lot, and I'm going to be charging $23 for him. Somebody said on my Instagram that he looks like the Pikachu Squishmallow, and now I can't unsee it. Also, the sun just came out and now I'm getting blinded. This is a random panda that I made. I was trying to look for some cute low sew patterns, and honestly, I hate it. So I'm selling it for $8 just to try and get the materials back. This guy also didn't sell at my last market. It is Club Crochet's Triceratops. I only made one because it was honestly kind of hard to make, and I'm selling him for $13 because again, it took me forever to make, and he is very cute. Another new item I'm offering at this market are these stars. This is a free pattern by Bee Garden Crochets on YouTube. They are super cute. I think they only take me 40 minutes to make. I'm vending at a cheerleading competition, so I thought it'd be cute to like have these stars and like a parent could buy it and like give it to their kid and be like, oh, good luck, you know, you're a star, whatever. So I have 2 of these at $10 each. Up next, I have these 2 possums. If you remember at my last market, I had a third big one and a baby one. Both of those sold, so now I just have these 2 and I'm selling them both for $16. Now we're on to the fun Halloween stuff. These 2 are Gerald Ghost by Not Jaded Co. This was a pattern test I did. I am selling this little guy for $10, and I'm selling this big guy for $12. Up next, I have these 3 bats by Bubba Days Co. It is a free pattern on Instagram. These are the 2 variations I have, and I'm selling all 3 of these for $18 each. I'm hoping that my Halloween stuff sells better at this market than it did at the one in August. I think at the one in August, I only sold 1 ghost. So fingers crossed these go better. But I also have 3 of my own candy corn fellas. This pattern is available on Etsy. I have it alone or with a bundle. And I am selling these 3 guys for $15 a piece. I don't know. I'm thinking about lowering the price, but I do have to do like 3 color changes, and Bernat blanket is not cheap. So I don't know. I think we'll see how they do at this market, and if they still don't sell, I don't know, I'm screwed because I don't have another market lined up before October. These are the ghosts that I mentioned. I went to my last market with 3. I sold 1, so I have 2 left. This is a very, very cheap pattern on my Etsy. I think I'm only selling it for $2. It makes pretty much like the perfect ghost. I use like my anti-coning technique when I design this pattern, so that's why I think they're the perfect ghost, but I'm selling both of these for $13 each. Last but definitely not least, I have one of my best sellers from my last market, my Stress Pets from Not Jaded Co. I have 15 in total, and because I think I sold 9 out of my 11 at the last market, I bumped up the price from $5 to $6. So I have 15 Stress Pets at $6. That's it though. That's pretty much everything that I'm bringing to this market. Okay, enough of me just like blabbering on. You're here for the numbers. This is the first market that I ever had to pay a booth fee. I ended up paying $130 for one 8-foot table, and do not worry, I made back that money within probably like the first 30 minutes. It was insane. In this 8-ish hour market, I sold 38 items for $635. Yeah. That was a lot better than my last market. I think in my last market I made like 446 or something, but I sold 48 items. So in this market I sold even less, but I made even more, which is super exciting. Throughout the market I was constantly like having to rearrange things, and in one clip you'll see a bunch of these like little mini ghosts. I was selling them for my friend, and I ended up selling 4 for her for a total of $28. Now, drum roll please. My best seller, which came at no surprise, was my turtles. I brought 1 baby turtle, 6 regular turtles, and 2 big turtles, and I sold them all for a combined total of, I put it somewhere, $238. So essentially a third of what I made at that market, I already made just selling 9 plushies. These turtles were a super big hit. I had them like right at the front of my display, drawing people in. People loved them. They would constantly come by and be like, oh my gosh, are those turtles? Like, they're so cute. Like, look at all the different colors. I had a bunch of cheerleaders like coming back and like looking at the colors and being like, okay, I'll think about it. And then they'd come back, and then like one of the ones that they wanted was gone, and they were like, oh my gosh. It was super fun, but the turtles were a really huge hit. The pattern is a free pattern by CJ Designs. It's called Fred the Turtle pattern. I love it. It's really easy to memorize. It's like one of my best sellers. I sold out of all my turtles at this market. I sold 5 out of the 6 in my last market. They are a really big hit. My second best seller, which is kind of a surprise, was Oak and Marlowe's Mabel chickens. I ended up selling 7. I sold 6 for $16 and then 1 big one for $18. Other than that, I guess like my third best seller was my axolotls. I sold 3 axolotls, but really everything else was just kind of random, kind of like my inventory. My inventory is just kind of random. Like, I just have stuff where I'm like, that's a cool pattern, I'll try it. And so that's pretty much how the rest of my sales went, you know, just people finding things like, oh, like there's a Studio Ghibli thing, or Pikachu, or, you know, a mushroom or whatever. I mean, it was just kind of all over the place, but that's also kind of how my inventory was. Because everything was just kind of everywhere, I am going to read you the list of everything that sold, so prepare yourselves because it's kind of long. The first thing I sold, like I said before, was my sea turtle. This was the cream and brown one, I believe, and I did charge $29 in cash because I was really worried about like if I need to add on the tax. And when I was talking to my booth neighbor, she said she just adds it into the price. It's way easier. So that was the only one that I actually added tax onto, and the rest of my turtles were like as priced. So the first one was sea turtle, $29. They used cash. The second one was my sage sea turtle for $27 using Square. I sold my mushroom for $4 using Venmo. Next, I had a 2-item purchase. I had an axolotl baby and an axolotl. I think these were my white and light pink ones, so they paid with Square, and it was for $18 and $25. I can't do that math off the top of my head. I'm a music major, please. Next, I had another like 2-item purchase. I had a sea turtle for $27 and a panda for $8. Then my velvet crab for $6. My large sparkle turtle for $32. That was using Venmo. A mini turtle for $12. A neon frog for $8. And that was cash. Another turtle for $27. I sold my purple bat for $19.24 on Venmo. I don't really know how that came to be, but whatever. I finally sold my pancake whale for $2. I sold a dark brown chicken for $16. I sold a big and a little chicken for $37.35 using Square. I sold another chicken for $14 using Venmo. I sold the mushy pop for $8 for cash. I sold my Pikachu for $23 using Square. It was super cute. This one cheerleader kept coming and like looking at it and like thinking about it or whatever, and then her parents came by and like they said she had told them about it, so when she was competing they bought it for her like as like a congratulations gift. It was super cute. Next, I sold a pastel octopus for $12. This is like the first octopus I've ever sold, even though I've made so many. I don't know what it is, octopi or just like not in anymore. I thought they were. Octopi and bees are just like out. If you have a bunch, I'm sorry, because I'm stuck with a bunch too, but they are not what is selling. Next, I sold my gray bat for $18. Sparkle chicken, my Oreo chicken, one of my shrimp for $10 using the Square Reader. I sold another turtle for $27 cash. I sold another turtle for $27 on Venmo. Yeah, Venmo. I don't know how to read. I sold my cream, brown, and like white variegated chicken for $16 cash. I sold my angry uterus to my booth neighbor. She was hearing me tell other people about it, like why I made it, and she was like, I have to buy that. So she bought that for $20 cash. I sold my big turtle for $34 using Square. Again, it auto added tax. I sold a soot sprite to one of my favorite coaches there, who I think I'm going to her event, or maybe that was the one that I couldn't go to. I don't know, but she bought the soot sprite for her boyfriend. It was really cute. That was for $13. I sold, oh, I did sell another octopus. Oops. I sold another octopus for $17. I finally sold a bee. And then I had my biggest purchase, which was 4 items. I sold a bee for $18, a stress pet for $6, a opossum for $16, and then my baby pink axolotl for $18, and that was all through Square. And then my next purchase was, again, 2 items, and it was another bee. Oh, I guess I did sell another bee. Another bee and a triceratops using Square, and that was it. That's everything I sold. So now I have to start making more. Obviously, for the next market, I'm thinking, what did I come in there with? 9 turtles? I'm thinking like 15. I don't know. But they said they're gonna have like 35 schools now. I'm thinking I just have to like pump out these turtles. People love them. I think I have them at like the perfect price. I did raise them from the last market and they all sold. I'm really not worried about like how expensive my stuff is. I think it's very affordable. It's handmade. It's like ethically sourced. I made it myself. The yarn is soft and I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I need to make, I'm thinking probably like 15 turtles and maybe like 10 more chickens, because I still have 4 left over. So then I'd have 14 chickens and 15 turtles. This is the first market that I ever had to pay a booth fee. I ended up paying $130 for one 8-foot table, and do not worry, I made back that money within probably like the first 30 minutes. It was insane. I might as well just make 11 chickens. I don't know. But I have, what is this, October 22nd. I have about a month and a half until the next one. I don't know if that's really going to happen. Midterms did just end, so I do have some more free time, hence why I'm filming this and actually, you know, not like in school. I don't know what that is. I'm in a weird mood now because it's been so long since I've been able to talk to you. Like, it's really weird. I'm like looking at like Instagram, like I'm just like I'm like those people in the group chat that never post but watches. Like, I feel like that's me now. When I'm in school, I'm just like, oh, that's really cute. I wish I could crochet. Like, get off your phone and crochet. Anyways, I'm really happy though that my best sellers were the turtles and chickens, because those are my favorite things to crochet. I have the turtle pattern completely memorized. Yes, I'm almost there with the chicken pattern. It's just like the bottom part of it, I'm just like, it's a little different from what I thought it would be. It's a little like, oh, that's a new way to do things, but I'm super close to having that memorized so I can just crank them out. And I'm really happy that my best sellers are items that I like crocheting the most, because if my best sellers were like, no offense, the axolotls, I love the axolotls, they're cute, but they take a lot of like brain power, and sometimes after school I just want to sit and stare at the TV and crochet without even looking, you know? Before I end this video, I would like to give a huge thank you to everyone at the MCCA Cheer Off. It was such a great event. It was super well organized. All of like the people that were hosting it were super nice. They came and bought stuff. The cheerleaders were amazing. They were all like so cute and just so happy and excited to be there. And all the coaches were super fun and like super nice. There was one team though, their entire team I think bought something from me, which was hilarious. Even their coaches bought stuff too. So we were like trying to convince them to like, you guys, when you're on the bus like going back, like I'll take a picture and send it to me and I'll post it or whatever. It was so much fun. People were just amazing. I cannot wait to attend my third market in December. So if you like this kind of content, if you like what I'm doing, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. It lets me know like, okay, I am going with the right path of doing markets instead of like doing tutorials or things like that, which I do really want to do. I wanted to do like some Halloween tutorials. No, I'm taking like 19 credits this semester. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm selling a bunch of really cheap Halloween patterns on my Etsy, so whatever. It'll be fine. Hopefully I will be back soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. My dogs won't stop barking.